Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun, and y'all, we have a new television show to watch. You can get it on Amazon Prime or you can get it on Tubi. It is from our beloved Coach Ken, and it's called Decisions Are Never Black and White. He is producing this show, and it is actually derived from letters that he gets because he is a relationship counselor. So we're just gonna get into the first episode. It's called Secrets. So this is Melissa. Melissa is a 46-year-old woman. She has her own home. She has a great job. She has great friends, but she wants love in her life. She's gone through some F boys, if you know what I'm saying. But she is looking for love and she found it. And we're going to talk about where she found it and how it ended. So her and her girls are at the gym. This is Trina, and the one on the right-hand side is Bree. And they're just talking about how they need to stay fit, but they're tired of being in the gym, but they got to deal with BBLs, bundles, and veneers, and they got to look good, right? Now, Bree is like, I don't have no problem with it. I can do what it is that I need to do. I have a roster. I'm good. So as they're talking, she's like, she didn't think she would be here at 46, right? She's still doing with losers and mama's boys, and it's very stressful. So they decide to get up and get ready and go, and they're going to meet up later. So as she is telling her friends goodbye and she goes to her car, she realizes she has lost her keys. So she's only been in the gym, so of course she has to go back in there. Child, when she go back in there, right? So she was like, I came here, I lost my keys. And he was like, I'll help you look for them because I don't have anything else to do today but help a gorgeous woman look for her keys. So immediately, honey, she was smitten. So here she go, attractive, chivalrous, polite. Your mama must have raised you right. He was like, no, my parents raised me and, they've been together a very long time. And I just, he was just being really nice. So then she noticed a ring on his finger. She was like, wait a minute, I got to ask, do you belong to somebody? Because I don't need nobody popping out. He said, no, this is a ring my parents gave me. It has my face on it. So they talked a little bit. He said, oh, I see your keys. She got her keys and they left. Baby, so she up here texting Coach Ken, right? She was like, we went out to the car and one thing led to another. We giving into our primal desires. Baby, Coach Ken is back. This is Coach Ken when he read that they had bang bang after they left the gym. And I do mean after. Baby, she had told Coach Ken that she know how it is, these men out here, like, unaliving these women and stuff like that. She said, but they had a connection, honey, and she she didn't recognize who she was in that moment. Look at her face. She's satisfied. Okay, so now Trevor and Melissa are together for a hot second, and now it is time to introduce him to her friends. So she's on the phone calling Bree and Trina. Trina is very supportive, but Bree is a little hater. Trina is really, she's happy that her girl is happy. And she said, hold on, let me get Bree on the phone so we can all link up and have this conversation. Because Melissa is not playing about this dinner at 7 o'clock, okay? You need to be here on time to meet my boo. Child, Melissa told Bree that she need to be on her best behavior. And she was like, damn, who is this? This how you treat me with this new dude? And then Trina was like, I'll make sure that Bree is on her best behavior. And y'all be there at 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm not playing with you. Baby Trevor has got to the house with the roses in his best suit. I think this is the first time that she really cooked for him. But this is the time that they're going to meet each other's friends, right? So he is so handsome. They look really good together. Baby, they are in the kitchen. They cannot keep their hands off of each other. They're telling little jokes back and forth. And then he stands back and makes a statement. I didn't know what Trevor was about to say, but he was looking so serious. I was like, oh my God, don't break her heart right now. But he said, I love you. He said, I wanted to say it before, but he said like he didn't want to scare her off. Because she was like, why didn't you tell me this before? I've been feeling like this, baby. So, baby, he done got the spatula out. He chasing her around the kitchen. They done fell on the couch. Like, in love. Just in love. She was like, we got to go. We got people coming. You know how we do. So then Trevor meets Bree and he was like, I'm so glad to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. So she was like, I bet you have. Like, I don't know why Bree is doing this, right? Melissa has already told her, you need to stop. Do not embarrass me in front of my man because this is my man, and you're not going to run him off. But this eyebrow up, Bree is pressure. So this is Brandon, and I'm guessing this is Trevor's friend. So Bree asked him, what does he do for a living? And he's a project manager at an accounting firm. Then Bree was like, I do OnlyFans. Melissa was looking at her crazy. Trina was like, don't do this now. She was like, no, 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 no. He's a project manager. I asked him, so I'm telling him what I do. So when she got to talking about being a content creator for OnlyFans, and she was like how nasty people are out there, the things that they want to see with feet and things like that, Trina was like, hold up, hold up. And eventually Trina had to get Bree out and get her out of the room because she had lost her mind. So while Trina trying to get Bree out and get her to the bathroom, Bree was like, I'm sorry, Mr. Wonderful, you didn't know that Melissa used to create content on OnlyFans? Then Melissa gets up and says, WTF. They get into it. Melissa tells her to get out of her house. She said, F your house. Brandon made a beeline to the front door. They had to leave. So then she fell into Trevor's arms, right? And then she texts Coach Ken. So as she's texting Coach Ken, she tells him that there's nothing you could do to make me leave you or stop loving you. And she said, that's what I said, and I meant every word then. Let's see what then is about. So after that dinner, Melissa said she and Trevor got closer. They decided to move in together because they want to spend the rest of their lives together, right? Everybody wasn't so happy, and I bet you can guess who. Child, Bree called the house like nothing ever happened. And when Melissa was pissed, she was like, you still mad about that? And then when she heard her say something about boxes, she was like, y'all moving in together? She said, yes, we're moving in together. And Bree is like, I'm the one y'all come back to when these F-boys mess up with y'all, and I'm here for you. So she feels like she is a really good friend, and she don't want her friends to be hurt. And she feels something about Trevor, but Melissa's in love. She don't hear nothing she talking about. Baby, so we at the restaurant, okay? We are looking at teriyaki chicken. We getting drinks, margaritas, and all of that. And then Trevor says, you know what, babe? I want to ask you something. And at that moment, Michael came up and asked what would they want, right? So that's harmless because that's what waiters do. But look at the look on Trevor's face. Like, Trevor, what is the problem, sir? Michael was making jokes. Melissa was laughing. And this was Trevor's disposition. Okay. So, child, at this moment, Trevor said, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. So he in the bathroom cursing the air, punching the air, trying to figure out what is really going on. Who the hell is Michael? Child, we find out that Michael is somebody that Trevor knew 15 years ago when Trevor was in a very dark place. Okay. So Michael is like, ooh, I didn't see you in a long time. How you doing? Baby, this is how this ended, honey. Michael was talking about, you know how I like it. He was like, if you don't get your hands off of me, he was like, sir, I will unalive you. And during all the tussling, the ring falls to the ground. He was going to propose to Melissa at that moment when Michael walked up and took their drink order. Let's keep going. So, child, as you can see, they have made it home, and Trevor has a lot on his mind. They sit in the car talking. She talking about, I got to tell the girls about this restaurant, make sure they request Michael because he was hilarious. He said some things, and she was like, what is wrong with you, babe? Like, where are you right now? Child, so they get in the house, right? She going to get into something more comfortable. He going in to sit down. His phone rings, and who is on the other line? Michael. And me and Trevor want to know, how did Michael get this number since it's been 15 years since they done messed around? Because he was like, don't act like that. Me and you was way more than friends back in the day. And of course, Trevor told him, don't you ever call my phone again. Baby, as he gets up from the phone call, Melissa's coming out the bathroom. He has the ring in his hand. She said, is that what I think it is? She says, yes. He said, hold up, I got to tell you something. He said, I got to tell you something. He said, years ago, Michael. She said, what about Michael? As he is trying to piece this sentence together, she puts it together. She was like, you and Michael? Baby, she slapped the mess out of Trevor. Do you understand me? She told him to get out of her house. She said, I should have known that you played for the other team when I saw that nipple ring. But see, she didn't have no problem with that nipple ring when she was getting her back broke. So, baby, she done got back on the line to Coach Ken, and she was like, I don't know what to do. She said, am I punishing him for being honest? It happened a long time ago. And he's gotten therapy for it, and he's good. She said, I miss him, and I love him. Look at Coach Ken. So my question to you is, what decision would you make? Is it black or white? It's your girl, Millie Chan. I'll talk to you later. Bye.